How much do you think Bryson DeChambeau is making on his YouTube videos? And what might be more shocking is how much do you think he's spending? We're breaking it down. Let's get into it right here. By the way, thanks for listening. Really appreciate the support on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please sign up. Our newsletter is in the video description below. You're going to want to get on board. We've got a lot of great holiday gifts, products, deals coming at you. So make sure you're on the list because we're going to email that stuff to you so that you have everything you need for the best deals and stuff for this holiday season. So newsletter link below. Thanks for signing up. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bryson just posted his video, Break 50 with Steph Curry. If you haven't seen it, go see that thing. It's a great video. No spoilers here. Just going to say Steph Curry, the guy can play golf. I mean, he can stripe it. So I don't know how you're one of the best basketball players on the planet and that level of golfer all in one. Sometimes people just got more gifts than other people, and he's one of those guys. He could play. So congrats on his game. But go see the video. There you go. Here's what has really been jumping out at me right out of the gate, not only with this video, but with his previous video with Kevin Hart. We had in that video with Kevin Hart, the You Sexy Thing song was at the head and of the video. Like, you're paying for the music license. In this one, with Steph Curry, Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart. You don't just put the music in and it's free. That's costing a ton of money. Minimum licensing for this type of music right for a YouTube video is like $20,000. That's the low end. So we're going to go kind of low end estimates for everything of what he's spending and what he's making on the video. So Kickstart My Heart, $20,000. If you think it's higher, you leave that in the video description in the comments below. You let me know what you think that is. So we've got that. Then we're just going to go through everything that's kind of going on in this video so we can see what's happening, what he's doing in this world of YouTube-ness and content creation in the golf space, because he is really changing the landscape, really in a good way. I'm excited as a golf content creator and commenter on this kind of stuff. Like, I'm excited because he's raising the level for everybody. The amount of money he's bringing in and shelling out. So congrats, Bryson. Great job. Here are the sponsor in the video. This is not counting Google AdSense, the commercials that are run through that YouTube puts into the video. This is, for now, we're going to be outside of that. He did these sponsors. Usually you do like one sponsor video. He did 5. So he had 5 different sponsors in this one particular video. One, he had Sportsbox AI. It's they kind of broke down Steph Curry's swing. He had Bucked Up whiskey. So you got that. Bucked Up an energy drink. He also had Gentleman's Cut whiskey. So he had whiskey and an energy drink. Just think if he did both those at the same time. Watch out. Then he had Underdog. Now, we could argue that Underdog is a more long-term sponsor of Bryson DeChambeau because he's done a number of other things. So they could have like a longer-term deal. But nonetheless, Underdog is in this particular video. So we're going to estimate how much each one of these guys is paying to be in this video. And then we had Google Gemini, their AI platform. So these 5 sponsors. The low end estimate, for a video that's getting currently at 3 million views. So let's just take that as, hey, we'll probably get 3 million views here. The low end for a 3 million viewed video, a shout out sponsor where you actually show it in the video is minimum $20,000 per sponsor. So that's $100,000 coming in just there. I mean, that's ridiculous. And this is low end. Now, Underdog, you could say, like we said, could be a longer term deal. It could be a multi-video deal. It could be a 5-pack, whatever. It's going to be at least $20K per video. So they're probably paying a lot more. So that's what he's bringing in. We'll get to the AdSense here in a minute. And then also in this video, there's a little reveal that I think shed a huge light on the Ryder Cup. So we'll get into that here kind of at the end. So stay tuned, because I think this is very, very telling of why the U.S. lost the Ryder Cup. So here we go. Now let's talk about how much Bryson is spending, because that's all the income minus AdSense. We'll get there in a second. Let's talk about how much it costs. We looked at how many crew members he has out there filming. It's at least five camera people, possibly 6. So let's just say crew of 5 to film for the day. How much is that? If you had 5, everybody's, let's say $500 a day, it's $2,500. That's going to be the low end. But, you're just kind of running around for 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours filming. How much are you going to make for that time? If $100 an hour, you're making 5 hours plus. So you're probably not making $100 an hour, but I'm still saying you're getting $500 a person for filming. Okay, maybe more, but let's just say it's $2,500. Everything, we're estimating low end here. Everything. So it could go way higher. Your editor, how much is your editor charging to take all the footage and edit? You say, okay, let's say your editor's making low end. Let's say you're making $500 a day, 4 days. I mean, you should be able to knock this out in 4 days with the shot tracers and everything. You're probably paying a little bit more than that. But again, low end estimates of $2,000 for editing. It's probably making double that. But here we go. Then you have, okay, your travel and accommodation. So you want a consistent crew with you that everybody knows their routine. So you can't just get freelance guys when you bounce city to city. Everybody's going to not know what to do. They're going to be out of position. You're not going to be able. These guys know each other. They all work together. So you're traveling your crew. You're flying them out. We're going to assume that you're probably all traveling with Bryson, private plane. I don't think you're going to commercial everybody when Bryson's flying private, hop in the plane. So nonetheless, you're going to write that off as an expense for the business. So everybody's going together. You're talking, now you get to write off everything, your private travel. So we're just going to say it's $20,000 for your plane from Texas to where they played at Lake Merced, the Bay Area. They probably all flew up for an extended period of time. We'll get there in a second why. And so we're just going to package that $20,000 for everybody, and then room, hotel, food. Just say $20,000. So now we've got a number of expenses. We've got a number of profits that you're making from the video. And what do we have? We got 3 million views. If we say he's getting a $50 CPM, that's how much you make per 1,000 views. At 3 million views, you're making $150,000. That's the CPM. You do an ad split with YouTube for that. So let's say 50-50. You're making $75,000. Plus you made $100,000 for your sponsorships. You're at $175,000 currently income, minus your expenses, which are your edit, your video, your travel, and your music. So you're at $44,500 off your $175,000. You're making $130,000 low-end estimates. Your expenses are pretty much what they are. Your sponsors might be much higher in terms of income, but roughly where this video sits, that's a $130,000 net profit after your expenses. Estimate. So far, now from this point forward, you're just, You're just going to keep making money. It's not going to cost you any more as we go forward. So then you just factor in, all right, the only person that hasn't been paid yet is Bryson. So, okay, you just made $130,000 for your day's worth of work. Steph Curry, we're going to say, is free. And it could be argued that the Google AI plug was part of a Steph Curry deal that he already has a relationship with them, which kind of, he alluded to it to some degree. So that just could have been a freebie. So you can subtract 20K profit if you want, 110 to Bryson. Now, if that's the case, if it's not, then it's all 130 to Bryson and his crew for putting together the video. And Steph just volunteered his time. Most likely, I don't think he's getting a paycheck for this. So that's pretty good. That's a good ROI for this video. Plus, now here comes what's interesting. At 56 minutes in to this video, Bryson makes a comment. And he makes a comment about the Ryder Cup being next week, which makes sense because they're in the Bay Area and it's relatively warm. They're like in short sleeves. Steph's wearing shorts, so it's not that cold yet. So you can imagine it pre-Ryder Cup. They said the Ryder Cup was the following week. So, and Bryson was up there for the Procore Championship with the team as they would get together. So that all makes sense that during that time, Bryson took a little bit of time off and went and shot this video with Steph Curry at Lake Merced, which is in the Bay Area. So this is what we talked about in a previous podcast of why Europe was so great in the Ryder Cup. Is because they went to Bethpage Black and they were playing there the week prior, spending tons of time working at that particular course. Whereas Team USA was everywhere else but on site at Bethpage. Even Bryson, he's here shooting a YouTube video. Could be argued that, hey, he's putting pressure on himself in this challenge video to try to break 50, so he has pressure putts. Not all pressure is the same. Ryder Cup pressure is very different than trying to break 50 pressure. So you could amp yourself up as much as you want, but nonetheless, practicing 3-footers on the practice green never equals trying to make a 3-footer to win your club championship. It never does. No matter how much you try, it's not the same level pressure. Going to Bethpage is not the same as practicing at Lake Merced. Not even close. So this is why one of the reasons USA, unfortunately, was just not as well prepared as Team Europe. I love this video. I'm happy for the video, and I want more of these videos from Bryson. However, this is one of the reasons that USA struggled, because everybody was doing something different than going to Bethpage and putting in the work needed to win the Ryder Cup. So there you go. That's another clue of what happened. Plus, he said in this video that the previous week he had done the video with Kevin Hart, or he had just done it before. So we would imagine he's with Kevin Hart down in LA. Then he's up in Lake Merced with Steph Curry. Then he goes to Bethpage later and starts working the week of the Ryder Cup, not pre-Ryder Cup. Nonetheless, that is what it is. The Ryder Cup is over. We're talking about how much Bryson is crushing the YouTube space right now. His numbers and the numbers of sponsors, I was shocked. I mean, how many sponsors are we going to keep seeing in this video? And we get 5 of them. So, plus the commercials we had to sit through. So those things are only going to increase as Bryson continues to really crush and dominate the current YouTube golf space. Congratulations on the success, and these videos are awesome, and it's only going to grow. How many sponsors will we see in the next video? Over, under 5 is the limit right now. Over, under. I guess there's going to be another one want to get in on the action. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Comments, much appreciated. Peace. See you guys soon.